same sort of era, for the Cold War era, they also used to never have lunch without a proper drink. Here are some more Kudus. Oh, I've parked you beautifully, haven't I? I just saw that she was going to disappear. It's such a little breath of coolth here amongst the Tambuti Grove. This is a different group of Kudus, everyone. Ooh, ooh, ooh. They've spotted a predator. What is the predator? Is it a leopard? It must be. Can I get in here? Yes, yes, yes. Got the message. Can you hear their wonderful alarm call? Leopard. Yeah. It looks like the Queen to me. You got it there, Dave. I'm going to try and go round. Yeah. Thank you, Kudus. We appreciate your help immensely. That's fantastic. Thanks, guys. I think it's Thandi. There she is. She's moving with the same sort of stealth one would expect from the Queen. I'm not sure how good our view is going to be from here, but we should be able to get her going past. There she is. It is the Queen. Is it? Hello, madam. How are you? It's been so long since we spoke. All right, Kudu, that's enough. Yes, the Queen would definitely have scones and tea round about now, David. Can't imagine the Queen saying, "Oh, do you think I could have a whiskey and soda?" Certainly not at 5 o'clock. Maybe at 6. And I'll need to call this in on the radio. Station's located Thandi on the fire break about 200 meters to the west of the hyena den. Animal is static in the drainage. Room probably for 2 vehicles in here. It's a really loud noise, isn't it? She's looking relatively cheerful today, David. She hasn't growled at us once. And you're all very excited to see the Queen, as am I. I haven't seen her for a long time. Now she's moving because of the sound of those kudus, and they're giving away her presence, of course, which she doesn't want. It's the leopard's ultimate sort of dislike. Nikki says she looks a bit down and ungroomed. I feel like she always looks a little bit like that. Darby, let me try and get in there. She's just lying down behind that bush, that log, in order to be invisible to the kudu. How's that, David? Yeah. Hello, Mr. Rockland. You're wondering how it is that I don't feel threatened by the wild animals that we interact with. Well, it's mainly because the wild animals that we interact with don't feel threatened by us, and so they don't behave in an aggressive fashion. This leopardess particularly can make one feel extremely threatened from time to time, because what she does is that she can be fairly intolerant of human voices and movement, and she can be quite growly. The kudus are coming to have a look and see, but if you keep your distance and you don't threaten the animals here, they generally become used to us quite quickly, and they don't see us as something to eat. So this kudu is now trying to find where Thandi's gone. I think she's eaten something. Her belly is panting, and she was just kind of licking her face a little bit earlier. There's no blood there. And Nikki just kind of asking how how much of a threat a leopard this size could be to an adult female kudu. The answer is yes, she could in theory kill one. We've seen that before, but it would be highly unlikely. And it's why the kudu will get close to her, relatively close, and rather than just run away. You know, some of them have started eating again quite comfortably. 2 or 3 are watching her. They're not alarm calling anymore. But she's a predator, and they know her as a predator, and they know that she can kill, certainly, calves. But most of them are now feeding again. And now she's going to sleep. Ah, Joy, I think that's a very nice way of putting it. So she's not ungroomed, she's just casual. She's quite casual. She's also quite fluffy. I wonder if she hasn't sort of grown a slightly longer winter coat than most. She's certainly got a luxuriant pelt of fur on her belly, always has had. Very royal. It's quite a full-looking belly, I must say. It was very nice of those kudus to find her for us. I think she's looking pretty good. Pretty good, Nick. Magnificent animal. I would just once like one of her family to come up to the side of the door and allow me to scratch them behind the ears. Just once. To say thanks for it all, you know. Right, we're not going to leave here anytime soon. We'll go off to Trishala and see if she can find something in the rapidly goldening light of the afternoon. Going on here, as you can see, Thandi is lying down. She's moved very slightly. Doesn't seem to be enormously keen on doing a great deal this afternoon. As David was saying, he was rather hoping she'd take it upon herself to go and lie in the golden light. But no such luck. Oh, he's going to do some fly biting there. The kudu have moved off. Yes, Ellie Belly. We saw Tlalamba yesterday, interestingly. Tristan found her, and she was around the northern side of the property. So, yeah, she's around. She's fine. She's looking well. She's an interesting one, that. I think that she actually hides from us intentionally. I think she finds it a bit of a game. Tristan was just describing her behavior yesterday and how she kind of very obviously hid from him and then didn't try and get away from him once she'd been found. Whereas if you think of her, what did we call him? Her Uncle Hosanna. He doesn't behave like that at all when he's here. What amusing watching her snapping at the flies. What are you laughing at, David? Did you catch me? Is that what you did? You think that was funny, did you? David's not funny, everybody. He's going to have a black eye at the end of this drive. Sorry, what was that question there, Nicola? I missed the question. Oh, no, this ain't a young cat. She's pushing 13 now, is our Thandi. So no, not young at all. David, I mean, what possessed you to do something so mean? All in jest, was it? I've forgotten her birthday, so I'm just going to check it up for you, Wes. Because if I don't give you her exact birthday, once again, I will be berated from a dizzy height on Twitter. Sometimes the beratings are worthwhile, and sometimes you think to yourself, gee whiz, that's a bit harsh. Phew. Right. I'll find it for you now. What are you, David? You said, yeah. What does that mean? You're a weirdo. Right, she was born on somewhere around November, December in the year 2006, which means that she's about to turn 13. Sitting on my wires. I'm having to turn around because David is going to catch me again, doing things I shouldn't be. Right. Things come off. It's all a disaster. David. Sorry. Banana milk, leopards will breed until the day they die, just about, in theory. I mean, obviously, when they die, if they die of old age, they'll be very uncomfortable and probably, losing muscle mass, and so they wouldn't breed then. But in theory, if they're well fed, they can breed until they die. And also, in theory, I mean, a leopard like this could live to 15 to 17 years, maybe even older. She was very lucky. Her grandmother lived to about 18, we think. So she could do well. I mean, she has done well, but she could do even better. So although she doesn't look very young to those of us who've seen quite a few leopards, she certainly has got at least another litter in her. Air Raid Commander. Is she eating flies for extra protein? No, I don't think so. I think she's eating flies because they're irritating her in the same way that your dog would snap at flies, or your cat would go inside and swat at flies. I don't think she's thinking about her nutritional needs. I mean, it is a great pity that she hasn't taken it upon herself to go into this gorgeous light, which is now fading. See if I can find a few more snippets I may have forgotten. Yes, Cobra Khan. Leopards, most certainly, like many other animals, will look for shelter in a very heavy rainstorm. And if it continues to rain, well, then eventually they'll have to go out and move about, and sometimes they use the rain as cover. But often, if they're not hunting, then they will go into some thick bush and try and get out of the worst of the rain. It is not raining currently, and so she's lying out in the open. You noticed that, David?
Yes.
There's no water falling out of the sky. And just to remind you, as much as well, more to remind myself, she's got the following surviving offspring as far as we know. Bahuti, born late 2012, not seen in the Sabi-Stan since November 2015. Guchava, who we do know very well, born August-September 2014. Tamba, born July 2016, already a territorial male in the salubrious accommodations of Singita down on the Sand River. And then Tlalamba, who was born mid-November 2017, approaching her second birthday she is now. So she's got at least 3 remaining offspring. And Tamba is now, as Nikki is reminding me, missing a chunk out of his ear. That he is. I'm surprised he's not missing more, given that he's just turned 3, hasn't he? As a 3-year-old, to have taken a territory where he has, in quite possibly the most famous, most desired leopard neighborhood on planet Earth. I'm amazed he hasn't lost more than just a chunk of his ear. He's not a particularly big leopard, I don't think. But he's certainly got chutzpah, as they say. They probably don't, but some people do. Leopards definitely don't say chutzpah. Okay, I've had rather too much action for the moment, and so we're going to go back to Trishala, so my heart can calm down and I can take a breather.